The Dombai Ski Resort in Russia's North Caucasus Mountains. Sitting atop the 10,300-foot high Mount Musa Ashitara, it's not the most ideal location to go joyriding in a Zorb Ball. However, that's exactly what happened when one employee decided to charge guests to ride a Zorb Ball down the learner's slope. Tragedy would strike almost immediately when the giant inflatable ball proved too hard to stop and went careening over the edge and rolled more than a kilometre down the mountain. This is the story of the Russian Zorb Ball Tragedy. On the 3rd of January 2013, a group of friends visited the Dombai Ski Resort in the North Caucasus Mountains in the west of Russia. Among the group was 27-year-old father of two Denis Burikov and his close friend 33-year-old Vladimir Sherbakov. Both men were keen snowboarders and regular visitors to the resort. The Dombai ski area attracts thousands of tourists each year for its skiing and hiking trails and the surrounding beauty of the Caucasus Mountains themselves. However, at more than 10,000 feet in altitude, it should be no place for a Zorb Ball. Also at the Dombai Ski Resort that day was 25-year-old employee Ravil Shikhanov. He'd brought his Zorb Ball to work that day, which he intended to charge people to ride down the beginner's slope. Zorbing is the recreational activity of rolling downhill inside a large Zorb Ball, typically made of transparent plastic. Zorbing is generally performed on a gentle slope with fences or barriers on the sides of the slope and a catch net or safety fence at the bottom. At the Dombai Ski Resort, however, none of these safety precautions were present, and what's worse, at the bottom of the beginner's slope, just to the left of the intended Zorb stopping point, is a massive cliff that drops 4 kilometers down the mountain. This lackluster setup was what a later critic of the event would call an experiment on life. Unfortunately for Denis Burikov and Vladimir Sherbakov, they would become a part of this experiment. When they handed over the money to ride the Zorb Ball, they were completely unaware they would be the first to test it. This image shows the men strapped inside, waiting to be released down the hill, blissfully unaware of the nightmare that awaits them. Another man is stationed at the bottom, charged with stopping the ball when it reaches him. Once the men are released, the ride starts promisingly enough. However, when the man stationed at the base attempts to stop the ball, it suddenly veers to one side and continues rolling with the helpless men inside. All further attempts to stop it fail as the Zorb picks up speed with the rapidly increasing slope. The ball finally reaches the precipice where it can be seen careening into the abyss. The Zorb continued rolling for more than a kilometer before finally coming to a halt on a frozen lake halfway down the mountain. Both men were ejected from the ball just moments before it stopped. 33-year-old Vladimir Sherbakov sustained a concussion and spent time in hospital. Sadly though, 27-year-old Denis Burikov was not so lucky, suffering a broken neck from the fall and would die later that same day. Using Google Earth, we can see the horrifying trajectory the ball took from its starting point to the more than 1 kilometer journey racing down the mountain until finally coming to rest. Given this geography, it's tough to see how the operator, Ravil Shikhanov, could not have seen this exact incident playing out. Vladimir Sherbakov would later say, "It was like being in a washing machine on full spin. There were no shouts or screams, just fear." In the wake of the accident, the ride's organizer and owner of the Zorb Ball pleaded guilty to criminal negligence and was given a 4-year suspended sentence and placed on probation for 2 years. In addition to this, he was ordered to pay the equivalent of $15,000 as compensation to a family member of the victim.